He would be out of the house and gone to his workshop from dawn to dusk every day, keeping busy the entire time. Marion also spent every Saturday for many years with his grandsons Paul and Stuart, taking them to playgrounds, skate parks, or the lake. In 2005, Marion and Josephina gladly traveled to Colorado to attend the wedding of their daughter Michelle to Charlie Oliver. Soon after, in 2007, Marion was offered a king's ransom for the mobile home lot to make room for a townhouse development. At first he was reluctant to sell because with the trailer park gone, he was afraid he wouldn't have much else to do. However, a seed was planted to move to Colorado and buy an apartment building with Michelle and her husband Charlie. Not one to sit still, Marion liked the idea, signed up for the plan, and drove to Colorado in a van that he bought on impulse. Josephina put the house on the market and stayed behind until it was sold. Marion missed Josephina so much during that year apart. He talked about all the things he and Joe would do once she had moved west. After the house sold, Josephina joined Marion in Colorado, along with the purchase of a second apartment building where they took up residence. Marion occupied his time doing maintenance around the properties and remodeling apartments as tenants moved out. Josephina kept busy by helping out, swimming at the local rec center, and knitting sweaters for Michelle. Last summer, Michelle rented a camping trailer and took her parents on vacation to Wyoming to visit Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Parks. The camping trailer had its own set of problems, and the resulting cold night spent with a non-functional propane heater caused them to stock up on quilts and blankets at the local Walmart. Josephina wasn't terribly impressed by the national parks, but just loved the hot springs at Thermopolis, Wyoming. The end result being brief visits to Yellowstone and the Tetons, and a number of enjoyable days soaking in the hot springs pools at Thermopolis, sometimes staying in the water so long Michelle thought they would never get out. On occasion, Marion and Josephina would come up to the mountains with Michelle and Charlie, who raced sailboats on Lake Dillon. They would enjoy staying in a condo, shopping at the outlet malls, and watching the weekend regatta from shore. Sadly, in October 2009, Marion was diagnosed with lung cancer. His life growing up on a tobacco farm, driving diesel trucks and operating heavy machinery in the dusty, exhaust-filled environment of construction sites finally took its toll. He underwent a course of daily radiation treatments for 6 weeks with weekly chemotherapy. The cancer did respond to treatment, but the treatment was very hard on Marion. He had lost a lot of weight during the course and was unable to regain his health afterwards. His health continued to steadily decline until he passed away at home on Monday, March 22, 2010 at 8:30 p.m. Josephina, Michelle, and Charlie were all at his side, holding his hands while Josephina prayed with him. The three enjoyed a final weekend with Marion, watching a DVD of home movies of Michelle growing up that Marion had taken over the years. He talked about people and family, told stories from his life, and thoroughly enjoyed the afternoon. Marion's character defined him. He always had a good story to tell and was very engaging with people. Inherent to his character was his generous and giving nature. Even before becoming a Christian, he would not pass up a hitchhiker without stopping to offer a ride. He would sometimes take hitchhikers miles out of his way to get them where they needed to go, often feeding them along the way or giving them money to help with their travels. He could not drive past a car stranded on the side of the road without stopping to offer assistance. On one occasion, he happened to encounter a stranded motorist who happened to be high on drugs. The motorist became agitated about something and drew a pistol, pointing it in Marion's face. Marion showed no fear, and fortunately, the man retreated. This experience, however, did not deter Marion, and he continued to stop to help anyone needing roadside assistance. He would also jump in and lend a hand to anyone needing repairs or remodeling, helping Michelle and Charlie on many occasions. You didn't even have to ask. He was just there with all the right tools, ready to get the job done. Marion was a man who took commitments very seriously. If he said he was going to do something, he did it, come hell or high water. You could count on Marion. He was fearless and wasn't intimidated by anything. His philosophy was to dive in and figure it out, rather than defer to some other expert. He learned the hard way, and each experience just added to what he knew for the next instance.